Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman, coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. And now we're going to spend a little time with one of our favorites, quite frankly, Dick Peffley, General Manager of the Lansing Board of Water and Light. Dick, did I say that the way you wrote it?
Absolutely. The favorite.
Good. Well, welcome back. Listen, I do understand Board of Water and Light just announced plans for 650 megawatt of clean energy. So talk to me about that. And that's along your project to get this carbon neutrality by 2040.
It is a great day for the energy users of Lansing, the residents of Lansing, as we have plotted a course to carbon neutrality by 2040, well ahead of most other companies. And we're going to put that course right on our website to show how we're getting there. So just not a number we picked out of the sky. Going to spend $750 million to start working that way to provide, as you said, 650 megawatts of clean energy. So that is a big hurdle. We've worked on it for a year, and we're ready to go. We're going to be turning dirt as soon as we can get permits.
So where exactly are these planned for on the existing footprint of, say, Delta Energy Park, or expanding to elsewhere?
Well, we're going to be starting out at Delta Energy Park. That's our starting point. We're going to build 160 megawatts of battery storage, which is, a lot of people are talking about battery storage, but we're ready to do it. Delta Energy Park will get 40 megawatts of battery, and we're also going to put about 10 to 20 megawatts of solar out there, whatever will fit on the footprint. And then we'll be adding some what's called RICE engines. They take and augment your renewable portfolio really well. You can use them to charge the batteries. They can fill in on a minute's notice when your solar or wind doesn't have the fuel source, which is no wind and no sun.
Right, absolutely. So, when you look at this stuff, progress always kind of generates jobs. This thing is expected to be completed by 25, 27. That pace should mean some jobs.
It does. There'll be a lot of construction jobs. We haven't calculated that out yet, but it is, as you said, $750 million worth of construction. So there will be a lot of jobs there, and there'll be some permanent jobs created too at the Board of Water and Light. We typically hire 30 people a year. We hired 100 last year, and we still have openings.
Wow. You guys have been, through the years, a pretty consistent employer, even during downtimes, which has been admirable and very helpful. Where does this bring your Board of Water and Light portfolio?
Well, we are about 830 employees right now, up from 600 just a few years ago, and we see growth in our future. So we continue to attract workers that want to live and work in the Lansing region.
Well, let's talk about the other aspects of this community that you guys fill. And I think about LEAP, Lansing Economic Area Partnership, and the fact that they go try to recruit companies to come here. That sort of capacity, I would assume, will give them a tremendous jump over competitors.
Absolutely. Leap, Bob Ice over to Leap and I are on the phone almost weekly because as they have people, companies that reach out to locate here, one of their biggest costs is utilities. So we're like the first call they get. Can you supply reliable, environmentally friendly, cost-effective utilities? The answer is always yes, we can. The LTM battery plant is a recent example of companies that want to locate in this region.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because I hear in my other ear the business community saying, okay, so tell me how you're going to achieve this. And is this solar? Is it alternative energy? In what forms? And is it going to affect my rates?
Well, to start with how we're going to achieve it, we're going to add the battery storage. We're going to increase our solar footprint. We're going to build some solar in our service territory because it's cheaper to get it here, but we don't have enough real estate to build everything we want. So there'll be a massive solar push outside our area. And we're going to also add wind. So we'll have, when it's done, almost 200 megawatts of additional solar, which is huge, and 238 megawatts of wind. and that will help us get to the carbon neutrality goals. And yes, doing this type of project will have an impact on the rates. We are estimating on and above what we normally do for rate strategy. We try to raise our rates based on inflation or under inflation. We think this will be a rate increase of about a 3% additional, maybe 2.5%, which is a small price to pay to save the environment and do our part to get to carbon neutrality, because that will help the planet, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah. So when they're out recruiting, I have always been told, and I know this to be a fact, that one of the major reasons to come here is for cost-effective power. Are we still in that circumstance where that's a major bargaining chip?
We are, and if we weren't competitive, you wouldn't see the growth in the area. They would go elsewhere. They don't have to locate in the Lansing region, and so we are definitely very competitive, and on a statewide, even nationwide. I mean, when Altium looked to locate their battery plant, they looked all over the country. They came to Lansing.
You were a big part of that. Dick Peffley, General Manager, Lansing Board of Water and Light in Lansing, Michigan. Thanks so much for what you do for this community. Because it goes far beyond just giving us power.
Thank you, and we're here to help the community any way we can.
And you absolutely do. Dick, thanks for joining us. You've been watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network.